Hello, my name is Professor Julia Honle and I teach the module on cyberspace jurisdiction. In this module, we cover basically what I call the jurisdictional challenge of the internet. The fact that the laws are still made by nation state, but of course the internet is ubiquitous and it's borderless. And that creates an obvious conflict of jurisdiction. In this module, we look at this conflict at all three levels. So we look at international law, we look at private law, so your tort, copyright infringement, defamation, etc. And we look at criminal law. So, for example, a cross-border crime, which state has jurisdiction, or which court has jurisdiction, and which law applies. The module is taught in a 3-hour session. So usually we do an hour's lecture to introduce the topic and to give you a bit of a structure and better idea of the scope. Then we have a break, of course, and then we have an interactive group session. This can take various forms, so it could either be, you doing a presentation on a particular case, or you're looking at treaty provisions and discussing them in groups. It can also be a mini mood, so it can take various forms, and that makes it more interactive. You have to prepare, but I will give you a lesson plan which tells you week by week what you have to read and what you have to prepare. In terms of the assessment, well, it's a 3-hour in-person exam. So we have tutorials where we go through the exam questions, and then you can also do a mock exam, exam practice, where you simply answer one of the questions from maybe previous year's papers or the tutorial questions, and I give you feedback and a mark just to indicate where you are. So you will be very well prepared for the exam. In terms of the teaching team, this course is mainly taught by myself. There might be occasionally a guest lecturer, maybe someone from practice, to give you more practical points. In terms of who is this module for, well, as you probably can tell, it has many different aspects. So, if you end up as a private practice lawyer advising people who need to manage their reputation or who have been defamed or their privacy has been infringed, in this module we will tell you how to deal with jurisdictional questions. It's also relevant, I think, for criminal lawyers. So if you're a prosecutor or defense lawyer, you will also have to deal with internet jurisdiction in cross-border crimes. And then the third aspect, I think, again, international law. If you work for an international organization or for a state and you're dealing with questions of state sovereignty, for example, data sovereignty, I think, again, this module will equip you with some of the basic principles of jurisdiction in international law. Thank you.